Hi, this is Danny Leon. I'm going to go through my timeline of special education with you. A lot of the things that we discussed are, very important, but they're not the only ones. I just chose 6 or 7 topics to go over with you. The first one we're going to start with is 1817, the American Asylum for the Education of the Deaf and Dumb. Keep in mind the term dumb didn't mean the same thing that it does today. It just meant unable to speak, and I found it so sad that most children that were born deaf never learned to communicate. They were also thought to be cognitively impaired as well. So it was kind of sad to hear that. Parent advocates are what made the difference. They kind of got the ball rolling, and we'll see that throughout all of the slides, that's kind of what did the trick. That was pushing for help for their loved ones. And one that stood out to me in this particular group was Sylvester Gilbert. He had 5 deaf children, and he kind of teamed up with Mason Cogswell, who had a daughter, Alice, who became deaf after meningitis. And I just thought, oh, gosh. So they were desperate for help. They were really looking for help, and they sought the help in Thomas Gallaudet. And he went to Europe, where he teamed up with Laurent Clerc, a deaf teacher, and they started the American Asylum for the Education of the Deaf and Dumb. And they took it even a step further in 1864 with the National College for the Deaf and Dumb. This was authorized by President Abraham Lincoln, and Thomas Gallaudet was the president of this institution, and 3 men graduated. The diplomas were signed by Ulysses S. Grant, and something I thought was so cool that to this day, all of the graduates' diplomas are signed by the presiding president of the United States. In 1922, the Council for Exceptional Students, the CEC, was created by a group of students, and they were trying to create fellowship and involvement for students with disabilities. Unanimously, Elizabeth Farrell was elected president of the organization. She seemed like a pretty great lady, got a lot of stuff done. They had goals established. They had standards for teachers in the field of special education just to kind of hold everyone accountable. Again, it was because of students. It was because of parents, loved ones, everyone just kind of looking out for people with disabilities that got the ball rolling. In 1950, the Association for Retarded Children, the ARC, is still around today. They have the same goals that they did when it began. Again, a lot of this wording is kind of hard for me to even say, but keep in mind it's all changed throughout the years. And once again, the ARC was founded by parents and friends of children with mental problems. Oh, we could go back to that one just for a second. Everyone that was elected to an office in this was a parent. Once again, I just want to keep reiterating that all the way through. In 1965, Elementary and Secondary Education Act. This was signed by President Lyndon B. Johnson. He pushed for a lot of improvements in education for children in America. Here, this picture is of him and his teacher. This emphasizes equal access to education and establishes a set of standards and accountability. This goal is to provide fair and equal opportunities to achieve education. It sounds like Lyndon B. Johnson did a lot for education as well as many other areas in his presidency. In 1975, the Education for All Handicapped Children Act. So this required all public schools receiving federal funds to provide equal access to education. They had a lot of goals in place. This, again, is just something that improved the lives of people with disabilities. And it was to kind of close the gap between non-disabled students and disabled students. It provided educational plans with parent involvement, just kind of taking it one step further. In 2004, Individuals with Disability Education Improvement Act was signed by George W. Bush. IDEA governs how states and public agencies provide intervention, special education, and related services. IDEA is something that we've talked about, studied in this class, and I think it is serving very well. Okay, so predicting the future of special education. Over time, the efforts of concerned individuals and groups, improvements were made just to benefit all students. And I believe that this effort and trend will continue as society sees the importance of learning the acceptance of all students. In the future, improvements in networking and technology will also allow advancements in special education identification and services. I think that it's just something that we kind of see getting better and better over time, again, with parent advocates and, people looking out for their loved ones. I think that that's what really gets things done when it comes to this. Oh, here's my last little guy. A bright future for all. Thank you.